Every day, the king executes a barber, just to cover up the horns on his head. After each haircut, he pretends to have the barber fetch the payment, and in the meantime, he pushes the barber into the abyss. Over time, no one is willing to cut the king's hair. Whenever the king needs a haircut, he sends soldiers to capture someone, and these people are never seen again. One day, it was time for the king to have a haircut again, and unfortunately, Jack was chosen. His mother was desperate, but powerless, so she packed 3 loaves of bread in his bag, hoping it would sustain him on the journey. Soon, Jack was brought before the king. After the soldiers left, the king handed Jack a knife, removed his hat, and asked him to cut his hair. When Jack saw the king's horns, he was shocked. To save his life, he pretended to remain calm and began to cut the king's hair. After the job was done, the king was very pleased, and told Jack to take his reward from the chest. But as Jack opened the chest, the king immediately pushed him inside. There was no gold in the chest, only a bottomless pit, connected to a raging underground river. The king thought Jack was doomed, but miraculously, Jack survived. He was swept downstream by the river. When he woke up, he saw piles of skeletons, and only then did Jack realize the fate of the missing barbers. Suddenly, a noise came from under the bones, and a giant snake appeared. In a hurry, Jack played his instrument, and the giant snake swayed to the music. When the music ended, the snake was pleased, but still hungry. Jack took out the bread his mother had given him, and after the snake had eaten, it guided Jack out of the cave. After thanking the snake, Jack continued into the forest, only to be targeted by a hungry wolf. Fortunately, trees appeared just in time, and he quickly climbed one to escape, but the wolf stayed below, guarding the tree. Jack played his instrument again, and the wolf gave up the chase, leading Jack out of the forest. When they passed by a lakeside, Jack saw a house and decided to stay there for the night. However, the house was inhabited by a cannibalistic witch.